Hello everyone, meet him in the bedroom here. Guitar Junkie, let's make some noise first. Yeah. All right, you know the deal. Plug it in, plug it in. Do 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 do. We've got power. We've got sound. Gather round. I don't know. So yeah, I just came in. This was on the backing track, just to warm up. I played it, and of course, I played it better than I've ever played it before. I was like adding in stuff that I've never done before. I'm like, oh man, that sounds good. Of course, by the time I had to turn the phone on, get it set for video, put the light on, put it on the stand, bring it over, grab my hat. I forgot my glasses, but the hat is just as good for the bright light. Get the remote, the mic, everything else. Started playing it. Whatever I did the first time, just like everything else, gone. Just like that. And I remember Steve Luther saying that all the time. Every time he did sessions work in the studio, they had him play something. And the first time they played it, they said, oh, try it a couple more times. And, oh, can you play what you played the first time? And he's like, did you record it? And they said, no. And he said, well, that's what happens. It's the magic of playing the first time. So, yeah. And I say all the time, one take beanie. I don't make a mistake and then go back and forth. I've done that once. I even showed a video on Shorts. I think it was, I don't know if it made it on YouTube, but it was definitely on Facebook. And where I was trying to do something and I was just making the same mistake over and over and over and over. So then I used my wife's phone to show my phone as I'm scrolling through, trying to play it and then cursing, trying to play it, cursing, trying to play it, cursing, kind of thing. And then just getting silly with it. Not getting jiggy with it, but getting silly with it. So yeah, my number one, I would have to say right now, today, my number one top favorite is this Washburn USA N4 Paduak, and I just I every time I come in, I'm just staring at it, you know, like a sports car. It's going, wow, look at that. You know what I mean? So 22 medium jumbo frets on a ebony fingerboard, pearl dot inlays, three-way toggle. You've got your Seymour Duncan, I think it is, 59 pickup, and your Bill Lawrence L500 USA super screaming pickup in the bridge. Floyd Rose 1000 volume. That's it. No coil splitting. No. Pull push because you got to pull it to push it. Why they just came out with that back in the day backwards is beyond me. Jack input, Stevens cutaway, reversible headstock, Grover tuners, and see that? Just like the Eddie Van Halen, right through the neck for the locking nut. Yeah, sweet. So I love it. And I also love it because of the nostalgia feeling I get from it. I had one of these brand new I bought in the 90s. Let me see, 93, I think it was. Maybe 93. I don't know. I was working and I had to I was wondering what the clicking was. I had to go in on a Sunday for something because I don't work weekends. And I remember going in on a Sunday for something, an emergency with a customer, and coming home, some bozo just pulled right out of the 7-Eleven in front of me, and I T-boned him. Jerked my head forward, and I had like the reverse whiplash. And I now, I've learned I completely destroyed three of the disc in the back of my neck, and I have to sleep since then sitting up. Yes, believe it or not, I have to sleep sitting up. It blows big time. And if I happen to slip and lay sideways, I know about it because I'm woken up by a pain going from my neck to the side of my head, like someone standing on my head. So I had received a settlement out of that, and I wasn't even looking for anything really. I just wanted to cover my butt, cover my expenses, because it happened on the job. And you know, I wound up getting just a little chunk of change. Again, not expecting it. So with that money, I went right into the city because I was checking out all the guitar stores on Long Island, Suffolk and Nassau County. And even I think I've been in one in Queens at one time, um, very close to Brooklyn. So I was looking for an N4 because I found one used, the older body, I think it was, natural. And I knew the guy that was running the store, used to manage the store, known him for a long time. His band played one of the songs in one of the Godzilla movies. And he was going to give me a sweet deal on the guitar. And I mentioned this before. I wasn't too sure about it, natural and the whole bit. And on vacation, I couldn't get that guitar out of my head. A week later, I go back and it's gone. So I was, calling around, seeing who's got it. And the only one that had it, believe it or not, was Sam Ash in the city, 34th Street. So I remember going there with a friend. And because I used to go there a couple of times with a friend. I don't remember ever going there by myself at one point. But in any case, whether we drove, yeah, we drove this time. Sometimes we take the train or something. But we drove and pay in the parking garage and then like walk, you know, a little bit. But they had Rudy's, they had Manny's, they had Sam Ash, of course. They had 34th Street guitars. It was just the 34th Street, like that one section of the block was all guitar stores. It was fantastic. And everyone went to Manny's at one time. You know, that was around since the 50s, I think it was. They had two floors. And I'm looking around, I'm looking, and then they had, you know, they had original BC Rich, Mockingbirds and Eagles, and they had original made in Japan ESPs, Ibanez's, Kramer's, you know, all the exotic cool stuff you were seeing on the videos between the 80s and the 90s. And the last place we went to, because I wanted to hit the well-known places, the last place we hit was the chain store, the big box store, Sam Ash. And Sam Ash pretty much owns like the whole block, if not half the block, if not the whole block, half the block, I should say. Going to Sam Ash, and the only one they had was a Paduak one, N4, and I played it, and I was like, okay, you know, sweet, and brought it home, and it was sitting in the back seat. I went with a friend, so he drove, sitting in the back seat of the car, get it home, and started playing it, and I was like, wow, this is, you know, this is, I liked it better than the natural, believe it or not, because of the wood grain, the color of the Paduak. But like I said, it, it it was probably almost twice, felt like it was twice the weight of this thing now, and it didn't have a Floyd Rose. I believe it was a Kaler floating tremolo, and it wouldn't stay in tune. It kept on, all the saddles would kept on loosening up and sliding forward, and then I have to reset the intonation. You know, with the Floyd Rose, it's not just taking a screwdriver and setting it. You've got to loosen the string. You got to move it where you think it's going to be, and then you got to tighten it all, tune it up, and then go to the 12 for. Oh no, I got to move it a little bit more, kind of thing. So I always fed up with that, and I traded it for one of my very first '70s um, Stratocasters, which I was like always eyeballing because Richie Blackmore had one, and not so much with because of Hendrix, but because of Blackmore. So yeah, I traded it at a guy's house. I believe it was in Massapequa, Nassau County, where I lived like 3 years as a child, and that was it. I never looked back. And then I just got hooked back into it again. I bought one in 2000 something, and it was gold sparkle. It was like a limited edition, and again, I played it, and I didn't know what to do with the pickup being as bright and as thin and tony as it is, not knowing just to use a drive pedal and use the bass and the tone on the drive to calm the pickup down, because it's so bright. It's great if you're a metalhead. This will really shine through. Um, that's why a lot of guys use that are playing metal, or basically they use EMGs for that tone, Zach Wild kind of EMGs. When you put an EMG in a guitar, it sounds like an EMG. It doesn't sound like the guitar. So you could have a '59 Gibson, and as soon as you rip the pickups out and put in the EMG, it's not a '59 Gibson anymore. You could have a '92 Gibson. As soon as you rip the pickups, whatever the pickups are that are in there, and take it, it's going to sound like the EMG pickups. You could put that in any guitar, and it's going to sound like EMG pickups. You take them out of a Gibson and put them into a Tele that's got cutaways for humbuckers. It's going to sound like. That's just my opinion. So yeah, I had that one, and I didn't know how to control it with the pickup, and I didn't feel like changing the pickup. I was going through too much of that, wasting money, and not keeping the guitar, blowing money on the pickup and then having someone put it in, and it was just it was uncontrollable. And now, I know how to control it with a pedal. I have a pedal that's designed just for these, basically, and I also use it for my Eddie Van Halens because the Wolfgang pickups are really bright. We got a lot of bite, and I didn't like the gold. I liked the gold at first, something sparkly, and then all of a sudden it's yeah, I got sick of looking at it. Same deal with my gold top, guitars that I've had. I just first week or so, and then after that, I'm like, I'd rather be silver than gold, silver sparkle probably than gold for whatever reason. Um, yeah. So this is my number one. This is my go-to. This is my favorite Strat. Probably at between 1 and 5, if I even show that many. I think I'll probably just show you each brand of what I like in what order, and I only have 4 brands, I think, of a Stratocaster style. So I'll show you in order. So this would be number one, my Washburn Betancourt N4, made in USA. You know, but still, again, what I would have to say is for the price of these guitars, they could be just a little bit better. They could have stainless steel frets. They could have a 1500 series push-in arm on the Floyd, and you know maybe a pull push that puts the pickups out of phase, like a Greenie Moore guitar. That would be sweet, Washburn. So yeah, thanks for watching. Have a good day, and hopefully you're better tomorrow. And um, tomorrow is 4th of July, but I'm going to post something um, instead of this. So by the time you watch this, who knows when, it will be happy belated 4th of July. Yeah, that's all I got to say about that. Like Forrest Gump said, have a good day.